very warm welcome, our viewers from wherever you're watching us this evening. Karibuni sana. Thank you for choosing to tune in to Prayer Cave TV, the truth that sets you free. And as we usually say, this is a place that you get programs that are meant to equip you, they are meant to build you, and at the end of the day, they leave you a better person. And today, of course, this is your All Sports, the Youth Nation show, and I am your favorite host, Maureen Boyani. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we are having this very candid conversation, and we just want to discuss issues of building us and becoming, every one of us, we can become leaders. We are meant to be leaders in every area of on any aspect of our lives. And today we want to see how do we harness and become the best version of ourselves, especially when it comes to leadership. Someone will address you by the way you appear to them. Your appearance speaks a lot and speaks volume even before they hear your words. And before we talk too much, we want to have our guy in the house.
Kama dawa. It's your guy Ron Kenoli Okusi. So much glad Mazeume to join Leo. There's so much we want to touch on.
Absolutely.
Especially on leadership. Because leadership every arena of life.
Yeah.
They somehow you need to even leading yourself is still leadership.
It is leadership. And they say everything rises and falls at leadership.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us, Maze. There's so much we want to touch on, and today we do have a very wonderful guest with us.
Yes.
We'll just allow him to introduce himself. Tuambie ni nani? What does he do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello family, my name is Nzioki Eric. I'm not basically a leader. I'm a student of leadership. Yeah, so I just want to say that I'm a person born and raised in a family where we just want to make a difference in life. I am a student, a fourth-year student at KCA University. I'm pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Public Management. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. I inspire people and I train people to finding their purpose, their why. So your why is basically why you live in, or the things that you guys have in common and what you intend to do in life. Basically because every other person have a reason to be here.
Yeah, sure.
You're not here by mistake. Every person has a genuine thing to do in life. And that is basically why leadership usually comes in. Yeah. Leadership is not a position to be acquired. It is a service to be given to other people. The moment you just devote your life to serve others, you are leading them. But most importantly, you lead yourself first before you even intend to lead others.
Yeah, it's not a position to be acquired.
It is not.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people go wrong.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks like they have to be in a position of leadership.
Yeah.
So definitely, as you have said, it's not about a position.
Yeah.
Wow, that is beautiful.
It's about a service.
It's a service.
And because today there's so many aspects that we can talk when it comes to leadership, but I think maybe we can start with confidence.
Yeah.
It is how you appear that people address you.
Definitely.
And if you enter into rooms, the people who talk most are the ones who stand out.
Yeah.
And someone might confuse that to maybe someone with wisdom or something like that, but it's because they have stood out in the room. That's why they are conspicuous. That's why they can be pointed out. And maybe you can just tell us what is the importance of confidence when it comes to leadership as an aspect of leadership, and how has your journey been when it comes to leadership, to confidence, because you said you train people and you're a student of leadership. Yes.
So I'll even start with a story. So like yesterday, I happened to be amongst a team of young leaders, young people who are playing football. And this is a team that I brought to community in 2020. So in 2020, there was this thing about Corona. And every other person was speaking about COVID here and there. So I just imagined, okay, we're going home out of school for a timeless time. We don't even know. So what are we going to be doing for community? And I took my little savings and I bought one football for a community. Then I went there for the first time. I was playing football for a whole month with my two nephews without any other person around. And now the only thing that I had in mind, I just wanted to engage the minds of these young people. Basically because if you're idle, the evil one is going to take advantage of you. They're going to take you to directions where up and home. Now these people, I left when I was joining campus, but I didn't leave the thing for them. So like they took it up, and every other person like was just getting hooked up in the whole saga, and coming to find that okay, these people, they have one thing in common. They're young, they go to the same church, and they get so much close. So we inculcated something in them. Okay, every Saturday before we come to play, tunapitia church, we wash, we prepare everything around here, then we can proceed to the field. And they've taken that with them up to date. So they were in a tournament this weekend. Then they happened to play on Saturday. On Saturday they played one game, but they were to play two so that they can proceed to the next level. But the management or the people who are organizing it, they didn't like explain them to them that you have to do 1, 2, 3. You have to play 2 games. So they won the first game, and they were okay. This is so nice. So now we are proceeding to the next level. But now coming yesterday, I just happened to appear in the field after they have played the game. But now the management is now checking about the points that they have earned in the previous games. So they played one, they have 3 points. The other team has played 2. They have like more points than them. But they have already played this game, which was a determinant. It was a knockout game. They have drawn for the game 0-0. Then I just asked, how do you decide that this team has already played and it's proceeding, then you're leaving the other one? And it just caught up like now there is a person who is asking questions. And the management was saying, tunaangalia points, but why did they play in the morning? So after asking why did they play in the morning, every other person like just keeps quiet. Then I proceeded and asked, why do you think that you are leaving this one and not picking the other one? Is that fairness? Is it just? Is it inclusive? They had to call now the top management just to come and intervene. Then they gave them penalties to play. Why am I saying this? Speaking out helps you. And but one, you must like build capacity on it. You must like understand who you are first. Then before you even ask a question, tend to understand what kind of a conversation am I going to have with this particular different person. Because I even hunt a name from it, an inciter. And I was just like, why? I didn't incite anyone. I just asked a question. Why you guys like didn't consider the other team? And even in the penalties they won. They proceeded to the semi-finals. In the semi-finals they earned, they were number 2. They won 10,000. They won a jersey. And they won a football. But they were on the verge of being excluded. But is that really what usually confidence brings out? So one, you must understand who you are and how you can bring forth some conversations here and there so that you can lead with purpose. So you can even be given names all along, inciters, the person who sees like every other thing, like Yeah, Boyani said that the people who usually speak in the room are the ones who are going to be pointed out.
Yeah,
And even we happened to have a conversation before I left. Nikamwambia, you should well for the finals game. But the people who are telling me that I'm an insider, they were saying, hey, an insider is now going. He's now leaving.
They are feeling free.
Yeah, they're not free basically
Yeah.
because you see, when you ask a question, it triggers like creativity.
Yeah.
And leadership is about asking questions.
Yeah, sure.
There is the what if question, the how, the why question. Why is this thing happening this way?
Yeah.
And it only triggers that curiosity, and you're just going to realize that you bring in something out of it. Asking the right questions helps you to understand the depth of that particular little problem that you have. And now that is where confidence now comes in. You cannot be confident and ask a question. So like you must build on the confidence part first. That's why I said you have to be open to criticism.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. When we are close to ideas, what we hear is criticism.
Yeah.
But when we are open to criticism, what we listen to is an advice. And this advice is what like brings you down to confidence.
Yeah.
Basically because there is a difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Every other person can hear.
Yeah.
You can hear bad stuff, but have you listened to the rhythm that they're trying to sing with? So like here, you bring in everything on board, and you're listening now to something else. It is not all about the critique, because this critique is what is going to bring you to that little thing that is not growing you. And what is not growing you is basically what steals your confidence. Yeah.
There's something you had mentioned earlier about wanting to bring change when you are starting. For you personally, like what inspired that? What triggered that thing ya kusema ati you want to bring change to a community ama to a society?
Okay, so when I was growing up, I found refuge in books. So
very few people can
Yeah.
say that.
I found like reading to be part of me, and I could listen to some speeches. Like, have you ever listened to a speech or read a quote, and goosebumps just engulf your body?
That's new.
Yeah, like for me, I could listen to. I've been to the mountaintop by Dr. King, and I'm just like, oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
This is so good. It feels good to help other people.
Yeah, sure.
Then you come to hear that Nelson Mandela has led this particular thing. Every other person can be good,
Yeah.
but it is a few who become effective.
Yeah, that is true.
Word.
Yeah, it is a few who become effective basically because you've understood your assignment.
Yeah.
If you want to bring change, one, you have to understand who you are. And who you are is basically what I've said about helping other people to understand the why question. The why, let me break it down. There is something that I've come up with in leadership called the triad golden square. It is a square with 3 squares in it. So
A square with 3
yeah,
squares.
yeah, a square, but there is another little square and a little square inside.
Yeah.
So these squares, they have questions to answer. I've said that leadership is about answering questions.
Yeah.
So here, the outer square usually carries the what question. The subsequent square usually carries the how question. But the little one carries the why question. So let me define them in a quick succession.
Yeah.
The outer one, the what. Everyone in the world knows what they do.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone knows, like when you come here, you know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
When she comes here, she knows what she's coming to do.
Sure.
Everyone knows what to do. Some people know how to do what they do. Now the other question.
Yeah.
Some
Some.
people. So like we are narrowing down to you understanding yourself. Then it is only a few people who knows why they do what they do. Only a few. And a few, or the why, I'm not referring to the profit that you can make, or the people that you can meet, the money you can make. It is about why, a purpose, a belief, a cause. So what is triggering you to move in this way? Let me give you an illustration about Dr. King, Martin Luther King. Why do you think that Martin Luther King gathered people in the summer of 1963 in a sunny afternoon, basically to bring forth, like, people just want to hear, who is this person? I have a dream that that way. No one showed up for Martin Luther King. They showed up for themselves. No one showed up for Dr. King. No one paid fare for them. They paid it for themselves. There was no emails. There was no internet to communicate. But they just knew there will be something on this day. Because you tell me, I tell her, I tell him, and we just like gather here, a belief, a why. The moment you just understand yourself, why do I want to inspire other people? Why do I want to have a conversation about this? Why do I even want to bring change in community? It feels good to help other people. Feels so nice. Like for me, you will never find me where there are no people. I'll always be there.
You want to engage?
Yeah, we just want like to engage and have a conversation. Okay, this particular one has this. And I'll always remember a name when I'm going back. So next time I'm meeting her, I'll know she's Boyani. He's so and so. He's so and so. Is this way. You just like create that culture. And you just want to inspire other people. Let me tell you something that every other person wants to be engaged to make a difference in life. Like for you, imagine if you woke up and someone just sent a text to you. Hello, sir. I love the way you do things. And in today, carry a warm heart with you. Do good, inspire others, and do your best in your work. How would you feel?
Feel free, but
so nice.
So, or someone just gives you a call in the morning. You know what, Boyani? Just go this and do a nice interview today. Make a difference in whatever you do. So, like, by being that, you just like want to inspire a person to do what they can do, because your achievements, our contributions, when combined, usually make something so beautiful.
Wow.
Just true. So like now she's contributing towards building, and you're contributing towards getting better each day. Then you like definitely blow up, because you're doing something nice and you love doing it. She loves doing it, and you just like bring it forth to just combine the energy. Then when you combine here, you're going to do a very nice interview, a very nice audience. Something that brings you to the purpose, the why now, and it just like draws you to everything that you just love.
One thing I'm getting on the why aspect is it's more of something from within. It has to burst out from within. Like, it doesn't have to be inspired from something like outside. Same when you mention, let's say it's business. Maybe it's let's say somebody is opening an eatery along the way. The whole solution, yes, you're bringing a solution, feeding people, that's your why. And then getting the finances, ama kupata the profits out of the business, it's like something that comes later. That's such a highlight. Naweza taka highlight something on leadership being a position and leadership being a service. The difference. Because we are having people when their whole goal is for them to take seats
to acquire
so that they first
positions.
feel like they're leaders, not understanding that maybe leadership has to start with themselves.
Yeah.
Mtu anaingia kiti kama ako imbalanced mazee, and it could be dangerous for the people that he's leading. So leadership as a position and leadership as service.
So leadership as a position. If you hire people because of the paycheck, they are going for the position. If you hire people based on believing on what you believe, you're giving a service to them. Leadership is not being in charge. It is taking care of those in charge of you. So if you're a leader and you're in this position, okay, I have a boss who usually speaks about other things, not even the work I do. Spirituality, getting a nice home, getting a nice car. You are hiring this particular person not for the money, but for why you believe in what they believe. So if you understand that from a particular point of view, that this person is not here just for the money. It is for why I am doing whatever I'm doing. So you just tend to understand that this is not a position. You know, the position is you just like come, you want results. That is management. Actually, it is not leadership. Yeah. It is managing other people because you are there, like your end goal is to get, what have you gotten?
The result.
The result. How are your, they are called PI something. FYPI. PI in leadership, in management. So like you just tend to understand this particular person lazima nipatie hii. Like you're there for that position, for that work. You don't even care about any other person outside or anything that they could be showing up in a sad situation. Let me highlight here by saying that you could hire someone, then they're in a position where their kid amefukuzwa shule. Then there is another one who the marriage is not even working. Then there is this one walipigana na bwanake usiku. Now wachana hata na the marriage not working. Wamepigana usiku, but they're still reporting to the same job. If you're a manager, you're going to look for results. No empathy, no listening, nothing.
You just want the result.
If you're a leader, you're going to be empathetic first. You're going to listen to them. Today, it is not like normal. What is it?
Something has changed.
What has just changed today? Then they are going to be here and you're going to be listening to them. Now that is a service you're giving to them. A service of listening, a service of being empathetic, a service of like tending to carry along with them in their journey. And you just like tell them it is going to be okay. Then they are just going to see a very different perspective from you. Leaders and managers have a difference.
True.
So let me highlight by saying, if I paint my glasses green, I am going to see everything as green.
It's true.
That is how managers usually see life. A manager will always like be there to see green results, green contributions, green people showing up. But a leader is going to be, no, today it's green, tomorrow is blue, red, black. Like they're adaptable and flexible with so many things in between. So like you just tend to understand, okay, what am I doing here? And good leaders, there's something that I said about being good and effective. Managers are good. Absolutely good. But leaders are effective. Are effective in this way. Let me give an example with Apple.
Actually,
Why are you comfortable by buying iPhone 6? iPhone 6. You can be so much comfortable buying iPhone.
Yeah.
Not the 6 in it, iPhone. But another person is not comfortable by buying Tecno Camon 30 Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There is a very big difference between the two phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one is good, the other one is effective. Effective one, okay, what I can say about being good and effective, good leaders inspire us during their time. Effective leaders inspire us beyond their time. So that's why you can hear that even today, Barack Obama can stand and say something about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
They can say something about Nelson Mandela. But they cannot say something about Robert Mugabe. Yeah. Like you see, Mugabe was good in his leadership, but how effective was he?
Yeah.
So that is now the bigger difference that usually come with being good and effective. And every other person can just like tend to look good, but how effective are you? Yeah.
Wow.
But I feel like it's really hard to convince someone when you tell them that maybe there's someone who maybe in their position of work, let's say, they consider themselves as leaders and not as managers.
Yeah.
And now coming with this kind of an interpretation that exactly what it means to be a manager and what it means to be a leader, there's a big disparity in them. And maybe you can advise someone who thinks like taking a place of position, like becoming a senior somewhere in a place that is leadership and an achievement for them, because for them they're looking forward into getting that position of the senior blah blah blah, and now for them leadership they have conquered.
Okay, I can give it is a mindset thing, and the mindset I'll define it in two ways. There is infinite mindset and there is a finite mindset.
Yeah, sure.
Finite mindset, or in a finite game, there is always defined rules, defined players, defined game. This is what you have to follow to give a result.
Sure.
And the end goal is usually like I must give a score. In an infinite game, it is a player who plays to keep the game going. And many of the people who usually wire so much into the finite game are the finite mindset. And the big thing about finite and infinite is that you just have to understand which game are you playing.
Yeah.
You can be an infinite player playing with a finite one. That game is going to be absolutely complete. But there is one who is looking for a score.
Yeah, true.
But there is one who is looking
keep
for
it going.
who is looking for a fulfillment, a satisfaction at the end of the game. Whether you score 10 goals or not, I'm just satisfied with that. And now these people who usually come like they want to get that position. Are you happy getting it? So many of them are happy.
Yeah, definitely.
Very happy, and they're going to show off. They're going, but at the end of the day, are you fulfilled? Is your heart at peace with everything that you're going to do? And we can see it.
The why?
Yeah, we can see it basically because let me take this illustration. Maybe I've had a very long day during my working time, and this particular person just shows up and they embarrass me. If it is a position, you are not going to see it as a learning situation. You're going to see it as a very negative thing. If it is a position, if it is a service for others, you're going to see it as, why did this particular person say this today? And you just want to connect with them during this particular time. Ask them a question. Why did you intend to do this? There was this guy called Noah. Noah was working in two different companies. And Noah, in one company, is working for the service. But in another company, is working for the paycheck. So Noah was asked, Noah, are you okay with working here? Are you inspired by just working around here? told the person, yeah, completely. I'm inspired by just working here, interacting with my managers, because they usually come to me and ask me, how is the day going? How is the service? How are the clients? Are they so much like sophisticated? Are they so much like embarrassing or something? And not say, my managers ask questions and I usually like respond to them. We've made that connection. But in the other company, they are very rogue, arrogant. They usually like ask me, how much have you stolen today? How much have you gotten? How much have you stolen from this? And like was given 2 illustrations about 2 different people. There is one who is always concerned about his day-to-day activity. And that is what I can advise any other person who is looking for a leadership service thing. I won't call it a position, because like every other person has been getting the position, but they just like misuse, abuse, and do away with every other person who is around them. Actually, leadership is not about having every answer. It is about like tending to be flexible with the answers that you get from the other people. Basically, because if you understand that way, it is going to inspire the other person to give, okay, I can contribute in this particular meeting. Oh wow, next time I'm going to invest more about giving this advice to them. And they're just like going to get everything done and get like, I just want to be associated with this leader, because like they usually carry me out with them and everything just gets cool.
I think looking at the times that we are in, the Gen Zs in particular, they are outspoken generally. They are people who are able to speak their mind and their heart out, you know, regardless of how it will make you feel or whatever. For them, it's just speaking out their mind and their heart. What do you think this person who, for them, they think that it's about confidence? Is it really confidence we are looking into when someone is just able to speak their mind and their heart out?
There is a difference between being confident and being arrogant.
Where do you draw the line? Because because you'll tell someone like they're being arrogant, but they'll tell you they're just being themselves. They're just speaking out their mind and their hearts.
So if you want to become, if you really see that gap of confidence and arrogance, confidence is speaking out your mind, but taking control of what others say. Arrogance is speaking out your mind, but neglecting any other advice that is coming on you. So like, you just want everything to go your way. This is it. Mimi nataka hii, you ingine ni yako. But being confident, at some point, it is good to speak out, but it has to have like a boundary. At this particular point, this is now advancing to arrogance.
But don't you think sometimes in some spaces people fear criticism, and in such a situation they now, for them, they perceive you as arrogant, but you're not per se arrogant, you know, but people just want to perceive you as arrogant.
As a leader, you have to be immune to criticism.
Definitely.
Basically, because you know, criticism and failure have one thing in common.
What is that?
So we usually see them as a negative thing.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah.
We've been like there is something that has been drilled in our minds that failure is absolutely good. It is absolutely bad. Bad. Like, I don't want to be associated with failure. Nikifail exam, you're a failure. Ukifumble kitu, you're a failure or something. But don't you think failure is good?
It is.
Failure is good. Failure is good basically because anytime you fail, there is something that you get in. You get in 3 things. Wisdom. There is knowledge that comes with it. And there is an understanding that you're going to come out of that critique or failure. So you're going to be wise on how to handle other people in the same situation. if it happens next time.
Yeah.
You're going to be knowledgeable about how you're going to be like advancing in between the failure and things that come with it. Like you have knowledge about this particular situation. How am I going to handle it? Paired with the wisdom. Then now you're going to understand yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, now I failed at this point. So what exactly should I do?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like these three things usually carry along with you
Yeah.
for quite long. And it is going to even give you an insight about tomorrow. Okay, this thing is similar to whatever happened. If you're arrogant, you will leave it there. If you're confident enough to carry it with you, it is going to help you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that is how you learn.
There's something about when you talk about failure, ukiangalia system education that we are in, it doesn't encourage somebody failing. So it's not something that okay, I think it's something tumepata with society, because I don't think like with anytime mtoi anajaribu kutembea ataanguka, then atajaribu but tungetumia hiyo system ya shule kwa mtoi akijaribu kutembea, then I guarantee we could be having 40-year-olds who are still crawling. Very because akianguka bado anajaribu, anasimama. And there's so much I think yenye nilikuwa nataka we cover on criticism and the depth of it, but for now I would like us to go for a very short commercial break, but until then keep it right here on Youth Nation Show. Welcome back, Maze. This is PrayerCave TV and you're watching your #1 hot show. This is the Youth Nation Show. Thank you so much for staying in tune with us. We are very glad that you're here with us, and we hope that whatever we are sharing with you, Maze, inakushape, because we need leaders, because unakumbuka venye walikuwa wanasema ati we are shaping the leaders of tomorrow. Maze, tomorrow imefika watu wangu. Tomorrow is today. It is here with us. So if you have anything to share, Maze, make sure you comment right there on the comment section, and there's a number on your screen that you can share your message with us. We hope that you like this, and if you love it, Maze, make sure you click that like button. It does so much great for us. So there's something that you mentioned earlier about criticism. There's something funny about Martin Luther at the time. Martin Luther, somebody mentioned that if you look at all the articles before he died, they were all hate speech. This is even from people from his own community, people that he was defending. And, you know, sometimes unaweza kuwa una defend people, or maybe you're working with people that maybe they're considering your dream way too large. They're considering the dream shaky, venye tulikuwa tumemention earlier about when you speak out. Kuna wase wenye inawatingiza because now you are triggering creativity in them, something that they don't want to maybe to a journey they don't want to take. For you, the understanding of handling peers and being in leadership, because with leadership it's a calling. There's something you're working on, and you need people that can support you. And sometimes the peers wanaweza feel this is way too large. It's a dream way too large that it feels like you as a leader cannot handle. How do you handle your place here, handling the peers when it comes to the place of leadership?
Number one, about a dream. If it is way too big, it is worth it. If it is too small, you're still not dreaming. Basically because it is something that usually like scare you, even you the leader, it scares you. But you just like have to buy these people. You know, if we don't explain what exactly we want and why we want it, it is basically going to be with a lot of critique. And until people understand, like, what do you want? How do you want it? Why do you want it? It becomes so much easy. Let me give you a very nice example. My brother, Brian Nyambego, or any other person like Benny Hinn, or Jose Kuria, who is like now launching a book.
Yeah.
Who will he be launching the book with?
It's his community.
His community.
Yeah.
The people who have seen something in him. So like now you tend to carry along with these people. The thing that I said about critique, be open to it. That is the far that you can go by handling it. Be just open. The moment you just like zip up your ears, you're not going anywhere, and your dream is going to be shattered. Because one critique is going to build you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
How you handle these people is tend to understand what do they want, what oscillates around them, because what goes around them is basically their why.
Yeah.
That is what their purpose. Me, like, I don't watch news. Basically because they are going to gaslight me. And I don't want to be gaslighted. Like I want logic. I want like ideas that matter. I want something that brings me to the core. Actually, even you see that time I can even be watching a speech by someone. Basically because they're speaking something that I want to get in life. But how you can handle the people around you, so many of them that are not going to believe in you. So in leadership, you must have to pay a price. I'll call it tuition fees.
Yeah.
If you want to be an effective, great leader, you must pay some tuition fees to handle other people. Number one, being misunderstood.
You have to be willing.
Yeah, you have to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Isolation. Isolation actually is like a cell, police cell. When they see that you are in this particular prison and you tending to become like to outstand every other person, they are going to isolate you to take you somewhere. There you are alone.
Yeah.
So like now in leadership or in something that in a dream that you want to back, you must isolate yourself first.
Yeah.
You must build capacity on understanding different people. And you must like be embrace diversity. You're going to meet so many people, so many different points of view, world views, and even perspectives, but you must like accommodate them. They might not accommodate you, but you do. The moment you do, you even bringing them closer to your heart, to your dream, to that vision, to that big thing that you want to do. Yeah.
Open up your
I
mind.
feel that criticism from the peer especially, it's because most of these people, they have seen you growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not able to relate with this kind of dream that you're trying to sell to them.
Definitely.
And as you're talking that, I'm thinking about the story of Jesus. Him being denied from his home and the people around him because they saw him growing as a son of a carpenter. And so looking at him, they cannot see the vision this
behind it.
man Jesus is trying to sell to them. And it's the same thing you're saying, that the peers will criticize you because they're not able to buy into what you were trying to sell to them, because of course they have not found their why yet. And now there's something that is not adding up.
There is a disconnect.
There's a disconnect. Whatever you're trying to tell them and where their vision is showing them, that is really powerful. And maybe on the same thing, I feel like there are people who are ahead of us, who they are meant to hold our hands, but they're the very same people who criticize us. How can you advise someone who is in that position? Because you're expecting, like, this someone who has gone ahead of you, this someone who is supposed to be your mentor, but instead of them mentoring you, instead of them helping you become, they're the same people who are tumbling on you. They're the same people who are talking down on you and trying to show you that whatever you're trying to do
is not worth it.
This is not it. There's no prosperity in it.
So for this, mentors usually give us three things. There is one, an insight. Number two, a foresight, and an insight. If can I just define it to make it like make sense? An insight is an understanding. Okay, this is what my dream wants. This is what I have to build on this vision. an understanding, because a mentor has already gone ahead of you. They are going to guide you not to repeat a mistake that they did. A foresight is how do you anticipate for the future, carrying along like the changes in technology, changes in how people see life. How do you anticipate? So they are going to guide you on if this technology is going to affect your dream or vision. Or are you going to adapt to that? Then an insight is now a reflection. This mentor reflects back. I did this mistake at this particular point. And now for you to understand how it really works, let me like help you understand it. They reflect back and even give you everything that they got. If a person cannot give you completely what they did wrong and they saw it as a learning idea, they are not mentors. They're just people who are there to kill your dream. Let me tell you, like the devil usually comes to us covered in very different ways.
Yes, true.
And the main goal of him is to kill, to steal, and to destroy.
Yeah, sure.
If someone is killing your dream by telling you that you can't do this, and stealing your vision by saying that it is not worth it, definitely they are destroying you, who is the dream carrier.
Yeah, true.
There is no a mentor who can like be there to break you. I don't believe in that. If they are there as your mentors, they even like going to tell you, this one you did perfectly well, but this you did bad. I want you to do 1, 2, 3, 4. But if they're telling you you did it bad, it is bad.
Hata usijaribu it.
Yeah, and they're not like giving you like why they are saying that. Then they are definitely like stumbling on your dream or vision. And I don't think they are mentors.
So for a mentor, like a solution should be something that for them, it's not such a struggle at Ikupata.
Yeah.
Because they've already worked.
Actually, a mentor who has already been there. Let me give you an illustration. Pastor Robert Burale is my mentor. So like I meet him and I tell him that your son has done 1, 2, 3. I'm so proud of you there. This way you did it wrongly. It is bad. Do not do this. And he might not even tell me directly. He might even tell me through a post, through a quote, through a text. Si lazima kuambie. But you're going to read this and you associate it, oh, I did this wrongly. So like it is so free. You can learn from them, not basically from hearing, but even by seeing, by observing. What do they do? You see the way he dresses. Okay, he dresses nicely. So why can't I dress like him? He talks this way. Why can't I talk like him? He speaks about other people and bringing people together and helping the boy child. Why can't I help people do that? If now there is another person who is doing a complete opposite of what you're doing, it is basically not, it should not be part of your dream or vision.
Borrowing a leaf from your mentor. There's something in you may mention about what a mentor should do. You know Elon Musk and whatever he's building and all that. There was a time he was on an interview where he was asked what his mentors were saying about him, because publicly his mentors, people that have already been like already in space and all that, they were criticizing the fact that going to the moon is not going to be such a common thing. And they were really criticizing him to a point where he was crying. So okay, mentioned that a mentor should really like direct you on a path that they failed on. I think kuna spaces penye it might be too large. It's something that is too huge.
There's no one who has gone ahead.
There's no, it's
You're
like you're the
one.
pathfinder maze for this new journey. And mentioning that the devil comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Normally nikiangalianga hiyo verse na iangalianga on a physical aspect. Ati atakuja aniue or something of the sort. Mentioning it from a point of dreams, it's like, dude, there's killing a dream. there's stealing there are people who
Yeah.
can actually minimize your dream, then take it
Definitely.
na wanaenda
They
nayo.
really
It's
it.
like, hey, it's like it was theirs before.
Yeah.
And there's the destroying part where you're completely shattered. You could be in the journey, but you are completely shattered. And there's something that you had mentioned about Christ being raised, people knowing him, son of a carpenter, and you're like, there's nothing that can come out of this man, you know. And for there's something naweza taka highlight on family and maybe a journey for you personally, on how getting to be a student of leadership, because sometimes in the place of family, maybe it could be siblings, maybe parents, there's a journey you're taking, maybe it's not being supported. A student, being a student, unataka kuingia in places of leadership, somebody could be watching, and it doesn't make sense to a parent. Leadership, hizo ni vitu utapata ukipata job. Pata job kwanza, soma kwanza. Kuwa daktari, hiyo sasa ni vitu utapata hizo cheo huko, because for them maybe it's a position. And just say something on dealing with family and maybe a personal journey on leadership with family influence.
I have a very sweet and sour story. So it is sweet on the better part, and it's sour actually even on the better part also. So my dad died when I was 3 months old in my mother's womb. And at this particular time, there was so much of poverty at home, so much like struggles in between. And you just find like life is not even like speaking to any other person. And so mom had a big burden because our firstborn was in Form 3. Our secondborn was my sister, was in Form 1. And my brother, who is immediate, was in class 7. Now there is me. Then mom tends to understand, okay, what am I going to do with these struggles, with this poverty, with this so many things that have been happening all along. And so she decided to abort the infant to save the 3. But she dreamt of she going to abort the infant and dying with him. And now the 3 are going like to be in a more diverse and even intense
like an
problem.
orphan now.
Yeah. So she even planned and went to the hospital. She was so radical about it. But she don't know how it just like happened. It didn't happen. She kept the pregnancy and went home, gave birth. But now there is something that I wanted to speak about. It's names. She gave me an African name, Nzioki. Nzioki means who came back.
Oh.
And Eric means a leader, a ruler, a person who brings change. She might not even have understood the assignment in it. But God knows you even before you're born. That is in Jeremiah. He controls everything that is going to happen in your life until you make it happen. So many things are going to be happening out of control, but he's going to control them. Only if you believe in him that you're going to see them manifest. And even if you don't believe in him, he's still going to do the assignment he had on you. That is how God usually operates. Family has brought me to this far. Actually, in my family, I'm very different. Very, very different. In my entire grandfather's generation, I'm the first person to step my foot in campus.
Wow.
And thank you. And even in my leadership journey, I've broken so many curses in between. In my former high school, that was Kangundo High School, we happened to get leaders who never joined campus. And even the times there were so many like strikes here and there. What a strike too. But in this year, 2019, we were so ready for that. And for me, it just happened like, let me take you back kidogo. In 2018, in 2018, people wanted to do away with me as a class rep. Yeah,
Wamechoka.
yeah, unaona form 1 na
Yeah.
form 2 unaandika noisemakers basically because it is not because you have to write them,
Yeah.
but because you are afraid of the teacher who's
Yeah,
going to ask
yeah,
for you
yeah,
for them.
true.
Yeah.
So like being afraid keeps you like lazima tu.
Yeah.
You cannot run away from it. So this particular time, people did, like they voted. But one person fumbled the whole election. Like now, Ali vote yes na no.
Oh.
But now this particular vote was the determinant.
Oh, hiyo ndo ingekuchuja.
Hiyo sasa ndo ingechuja like kila kitu. So like now, the teacher went on the side of the yeses. So the yeses became many more than the no's. Hawakusema ati this is a nullified vote. No, no. They said that this is in favor of you. You've done 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I proved them wrong by rising to the school captain. From being like wanataka kutoa to being like
bouncing back.
yeah, like you know,
Even better.
like now you're bouncing back to even a bigger position than what they anticipated.
Yeah.
But this particular time, all of them voted.
Wow.
So like there is always something
Yeah.
that usually comes with it. And now this is what family has brought to me. My mom always told me that in the house of Jesse,
Yeah.
there was only one David.
Yeah.
But she never said, you're the David. She never said anything like that. So nilikuwa najijazia tu. Because like, I'm kind of different from
Yeah.
others. Wengine wakienda like maybe in Christmas, watataka kutembea sijui waende wapi. They have like a party with their cousins.
Yeah.
I'm quite different from what they are doing. Completely different. This time I could be reading a book. I could be getting like down to understand something. Ama nimetembea tu, I'm listening to birds sing. And I'm just like reconnecting with nature. So like it is sometimes the same way that you said about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Your dream will always be not understood by so many people.
Yeah.
They will not understand it. You're the only person who knows how the end goal looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And if you just put in the work, you do your best, and you just let God do the rest,
Yeah.
it becomes so easy.
My goodness.
Beautiful.
Wow. Time is really flying, mazee. Time conversation inaanza kuwa tamu. That's when.
But you know, when he was mentioning that, I just remembered, even as we were talking about confidence, I just remembered while I was in Form 2, I happened to move into a new school.
Yeah.
So I was a new student in this particular school in Form 2, second term. And we had a prefect who, by the way, she loved writing noisemakers. So I think this particular time I was just fed up. And she shouted from where she was sitting, and she said, "Boyani and your group keep quiet." And I'm like, "Excuse me, Rachel, do you know the difference of talking and making noise? I'm just talking, but I'm not making noise." And everyone in class is celebrating. And guess what? I don't know what happened, but I think in few weeks' time we were re-electing the leaders, and with no objection. I think very few, but I was voted in to be a prefect.
Landslide.
Yeah.
I know. But my point here was everyone, we are all created differently.
Yeah.
And every one of us has, all have different visions from everyone else. And as you have said, it's only you who understands the end goal.
Yeah.
And it's only you who knows what you need in between to make this come to pass. But even as Kenoli was talking about family, I feel like sometimes even our parents hold us back into dreaming that big. And like, hey, calm down. Calm down. To them, it's not a reality. Like, seriously,
like
they
a
see
fantasy.
it like it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
And they see you like that small baby who bado hawajaelewa what they are doing. What can you tell to our parents for them to believe in our dreams? They might not sound achievable, but as you have said, you are the carrier of the vision, so you know whatever it takes to get to where you want to.
So to our parents, what I can tell them is, what can you see different in your kid? Because if it is about getting unemployment, actually, I'm sorry to say this. I'm in school, but I don't want to seek employment.
Oh my God, dear parents.
It is because like there is something that comes with me.
Yeah.
Schools have wired us to be servants.
Yeah, true.
You are serving another person's dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it is like you go for an interview at a particular job, what can you bring to the table?
Yeah.
They are not going to ask you about your vision, about your dream.
Yeah.
What do you want to do in life?
Yeah, because it's about them.
Yeah, it is about them. They are limiting yourself to that little thing. So our parents, it is good to nurture that unique thing that is in this kid. Me, I played football, I played hockey, I played so many things. Until when I tended to understand, what can I do differently? Just speaking. Because when I'm speaking to other people, I just feel good.
Yeah.
I can play that football, but I'm not still fulfilled. I might not even score.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the whole game.
But you're fulfilled in
When you
just
speak,
the-
when I write, because like I've written a book to help other people.
Yeah.
Not even looking on this particular end, how every other person can buy the book. No. Like this book is named The Intrinsic Demons of 21st Century. Yeah. So like I'm writing about the things that we invite to us and they become demons. They just like steal everything that we have.
Ish, that's powerful.
I can just highlight a few. See this phone. This phone is a very powerful tool.
It is.
When you use it nicely, it is going to make you get where you are. If you use it wrongly, it is going like to demolish you.
Yeah.
I've written about masturbation, gambling, alcoholism, the phone itself.
Yeah.
And these are the things that are denying us a chance to understand that we have something for the future.
It is true.
I happened to tell my mom about all this, but you know, she's coming from a different generation.
Yeah.
So like she didn't even understand, but she told me, just do it. Basically because like she has seen, okay, this particular thing can bring change to other people.
Yeah.
I tended to explain it to her so that she can just like understand it. She has been my biggest support system.
Wow.
Yeah, because like ananiambia, actually many of the times that akienda kwa political arenas or environments, she could carry along with me. Just come. She might not even tell me to speak, but I'm learning something from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like she wants you to become this particular person because like you've shown her this is what I want. Many parents have been wired, this is how the kid should grow, this way. Like ni hivi kama hutaki kama si hivi ni hivi.
Lazima kutandike ukuwe hivi vile anataka.
At some point alinitandika. Mom was so tough.
Yeah.
Very tough, especially when you do something that is out of whatever she was anticipating.
Yeah.
So like vita hata si lazima kupige lakini kukuchuna kwa mapaja. And now that like this one is one that it is tending to build you.
Yeah.
Because ukienda out of the path kidogo lazima urudishwe.
Yeah.
It is good, punish your kid,
Yeah.
but you're not punishing the kid.
Yeah.
You are punishing the mistake that is now making them to fall out of the dream, the vision, everything that comes with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spare the road.
Yeah, but
chance.
just do something. Tend to understand what is this kid trying to do with his life, with her life. What do they love most? You know, you can tell me, Brian Nyambego has a very different perspective of how you can see life. He once told me that my dad wanted me to be a pilot, and he even booked so many spaces for me, others even outside the country, but I still declined.
Yeah.
Because I still understood that is your assignment on me.
Not mine.
But I have an assignment on me.
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the moment like your kid understands the path they want to get,
Yeah.
help them get get to that particular person. Because it is that journey that is going to make one of the most beautiful dreams or a kid out of it all. Your path, because you are okay, the many parents wanakuanga, my son is doing accounts, is going to be an accountant
in the bank.
My kid is doing like this doctorate thing. We are going to refer him to Dr. So-and-so after school. But are they really fulfilled by that thing that you are inculcating in them? It is kind of different. So nurture what this kid has shown you. Mom, this is it. Nataka tu kuona hii. Nisaidie kufika pale. Because Elon Musk said, even when the odds are so many, if the dream means a lot to you, you're still going to pursue it. You're still going to pursue. Hata mzazi anaweza kunyima. But you're still going to find a way out. And you're definitely going to find it work out for you.
Awesome. Yo guys, maze, we've been having Eric Nzioki with us, the leader who bounces back. That's the meaning of the name, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us. There's so much that we still yet could talk about. Meskiaki mentioned the intrinsic demons of the 21st century. Hey, that's the next topic, maze. Stay tuned with us, maze. There's so much that I know we are going to touch on that. And thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ron Kenoli Okusi.
And I'm your favorite host, Maureen Boyani.
But until then, peace.
Keep it locked.